Welcome to Hockey Tap Podcast, episode 164, the East's second wild card and quick wins. I'm your host, Bill Dean. Of course, here with my two co-hosts, Little Steven Schwim. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Please leave us a 5-star review if you'd be ever so kind. Brought to you by, obviously, Samu. Boys, what are we drinking?
Not bad. 2 weeks in a row.
I think last week was better.
Last week was better, but
you.
I'll give you credit where credit's given. Melvin actually picked this one out, if I can get him. You agree with this?
Yep.
Guy?
Yep.
He told me I should buy this Fat Orange Cat Baby Kittens.
Okay.
And I told him, I was like, it's a hazy IPA. I don't do hazies. And he's like, F you, you're going to buy that Baby Kittens drink.
Or I'm going to give you pink eye.
So here I am, drinking Baby Kittens.
Baby Kittens.
Not literally, of course.
Of course not.
So, Schwim, what are you drinking?
I am drinking, not Baby Kittens. My lovely wife got me a Bolero Snort beer. I've had this before, Pina Bolada.
Nice.
Not bad.
Well done, Cynthia.
I had it a couple of years ago. I checked that on tap. It's a wheat ale with pineapple, coconut, lime, and vanilla beans. It's only 4.5%, so I'll be good.
Not bad.
Schwimm's partying tonight.
Schwimm's party at Schwimm's.
Party
I'm
at
going
upstairs room.
Yep. Courtesy of Alicia
Quite a bottle.
DeMarco, who, by the way, happy birthday, Alicia DeMarco, April 1st. From Australia, New Zealand, Le Chauffet.
That counts?
La Chauffet.
Oh, here we go.
Schwim once again.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, I apologize in advance. Tampa's
on. 330 milliliters. It's a Belgian blonde, and we'll see how this goes. My wife's looking for the tax documents, which I thought I got her, which are incorrect. But
where's it from?
Australia, New Zealand.
Oh,
La Chauffet.
You know those are two different places, though, right?
I know. I was gonna say which one.
Well, it just says Australia, New Zealand on the back. You guys are a bunch of jerks. What is this?
That's gonna count.
It doesn't.
Nice choice.
Oh, then it says product of Belgium. So,
what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. It's all over the map right here. Well, thank you, Alicia.
Adam Fox just got shot by a rifle, it looked like.
Really?
They're taking they have the same acting coach that Shesterkin has.
Yeah.
What are you, 1853 in the second? What timestamp are you?
Me?
Yeah.
17 something. 53.
Okay, so my thing is way off. Okay. All right, let's get what's on tap for today's episode. Here's what we. Oh, now I'm at 17:45. My thing just loves me. Now we have a power play. I didn't even see that. Okay. Anyways, once again, what's on tap for today's episode? Here's a weekly snapshot. The East's second wild card can basically be explained as whack-a-mole, which is who wants it, and then that person's going to take it, and then immediately just get trounced down. When you look at the teams that are, essentially vying for that second wild card in the Eastern Conference, it's a disaster. You have Rangers, Hurricanes, Bruins, Panthers, all well in the playoffs. Florida's right on the edge. Same thing with Tampa. So that's 6. Then essentially Capitals and Flyers are the ones going for that the 8 seed / the third Metro. And after that, you have Detroit, the Islanders, Devils. Oh, that was waved off because they're
I don't know
why. Rangers are down 2-0, which will make all Devils fans happy. Even though Stephen was just saying we were talking that you shouldn't be worried about the teams behind you, but the teams ahead of you. It looks like they're going to challenge or look into this, so we'll see. Anyways. You have Washington, Flyers, Red Wings, Islanders, Devils, all within 6 points of each other. 7 if you count Penguins and Sabres at 75 each. I don't know, but I mean, I know we talked about it. You
Yeah.
don't. So what was that waived off for? Goaltender interference?
Goaltender
What was that?
interference. Yeah, I don't know that I would challenge that if I were Laviolette.
Ooh,
I guess that's goaltender interference. Yeah. I mean, Kreider's in the
Yeah.
crease. Was he pushed in?
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
Anyways,
who I don't know who the defenseman is. He's there, kind of like blocking him, but he's not physically pushing him.
yeah. And Kreider's not
No,
happy
they're
about
not
that
going
one
to
either.
challenge it. So
Nope.
yeah, it's
Um,
not great.
no. Uh, but you have all these teams that are looking at the second wild card, and essentially the teams at the top, be it the Rangers or the Hurricanes or the Bruins, whatever team's in there is hot trash,
Yeah,
and also kind of leads to the bigger picture of expanded playoffs. Why would you want two more of these teams in the playoffs, or in any sort of
nice.
playoff games? When this is the kind of hockey you're getting at the eighth seed.
I feel like
Yeah, obviously
though when
last
they
year would have been nicer.
when they started this conversation about extended playoffs, like especially the East was so much more competitive. And you
Yeah,
just had guys, teams were just like wrestling. There was multiple teams on
last year was
hot
awesome.
streaks. Yeah, multiple teams on hot streaks that just like couldn't catch up because the teams above them were also on hot streaks. So, and then you get, solid teams outside the playoffs, and you're just like, man, those teams could have potentially done some damage. But conversely, last year, Florida pretty much limped into the playoffs too. They were just kind of handed that last seed by
Yeah,
Pittsburgh, being just completely awful. So I mean, I wouldn't completely. But I know I don't think any of the teams that are competing right now are built like how Florida is built. So we kind of knew that Florida was going to be a handful.
yep.
But that being said, yeah, whoever ends up the one seed, it doesn't matter who you play in that eighth seed. There's no
You're
one unless
you're
somebody
happy.
in these last 8 games or so goes on some kind of a tear. But you have two teams. Well, I mean, Flyers are in the third spot, but you have two teams there, the Flyers and the Capitals, who were basically sellers all
How
season.
are the Flyers the third in the Metro? I think it's Capitals, right? Because they have two games in hand at the same time, same points.
Who are the Caps now? I actually haven't looked at the standings in
Yeah,
a little while.
Yeah, I think the
it's
Caps
Caps.
are
Yeah,
third and
yeah, because they have
Flyers are
73
wild
games
card.
versus Flyers 75. Yeah,
All right, but even so, you look at the Caps and
yeah, yeah.
that like they were sellers and they're sitting in the third spot.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened to the Metro, but what a mess it's been. Um, and all these teams, the ones who are underachieving, capable of beating any team in the league, playing with and beating teams like Vancouver and Colorado and
Yeah.
the Rangers from time to time, Boston, all these top teams capable of beating them, and then just I don't know, they play. I don't know. I can't pinpoint what it is, but it's just I've never seen it as such a collective before. As just
Yeah.
like so many teams doing the same stupid stuff.
Yep.
But
Now
yeah,
there's a lot of, and sure, I get your kind of opinion on this one. There's a lot of people that's saying if you're going to do an expanded playoffs, they think that what you do is you do 7, 8, 9, and 10, and you have 7 play 10, 8 plays 9. If the 7 or the 8 seeds, so you'd play one game, right? If the 7 or the 8 seed wins that game, they move on to the actual playoffs, right? It's a playing game. If the 9 or 10 seed wins, they go to a game 2, and it's winner take all. I don't think that's bad if you want to do it that way. Not overly fond of it, but I don't think it's horrible.
yeah. I sorry, I don't mean to interrupt Schwim, but just real quick, what I was saying with this expanded thing is, while I'd love to see more teams in it, like teams playing more hockey, I don't know how well it's going to last. The players.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's
I
only
feel the opposite.
technically
very
2
long.
I
games, right? It's only 2 games.
don't want more
hmm
teams in the
Yeah,
playoffs. I think
so
what
that's
we
not
have
much.
now is enough.
Yeah. I'm
I
just saying,
wouldn't
if
like
you're
more
going to do
teams in.
expanded playoffs, I don't want a full 5-game series.
No,
I,
that would
I,
be
Yeah.
way
I'd
too
want
much.
it small, right?
I like
1 or
that
2
too.
Yeah, it
games.
would
I didn't
have to
even
be.
think about it that way. That's pretty good though.
Yeah, right. Where if the bad team wins, they play a pivotal game 2, which is winner take
hmm
all.
Aren't all these teams
But if the
bad
good
that
team
are
wins, they don't have to worry about it.
9,
So
Well,
10,
top
11, and
top team
12?
needs to win. Top team needs to win
yes,
one. And then you talk about where do they play? They play home and home, or they play only in the top seed?
I think they only play the top team because that's their advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're gonna do it, that's
I
it's
kind
kind
of
of cool, I
like it.
guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not overly time
And
consuming either. Where some of these teams are gonna end up sitting for a week. Well, I mean, some of them
yeah,
could probably benefit, but the teams that are going in, winning going 10-1 or whatever, going into the playoffs, they're not going to want that week off. While some of the other teams that would want it to get a little healthier. Um, yeah, I don't know.
I
I think it would be kind of cool. I'm interested
I
for sure.
also I also like what was it? It also gives the first and second teams a little bit of advantage in that they now face a team that just had to do a winner go home, kind of event. So they're
Hmm.
maybe a little more tired. It gives the first two seeds a little bit of an advantage. Maybe that's something that's interesting.
How embarrassing is it going to be when a 12 seed knocks out a 1 seed?
Well, well, it wouldn't be 12, right? You
Be
wouldn't.
Well,
10.
I don't
whatever
think
it
we'd go
is.
that far, but yeah.
I thought you said it's
Eh,
4 teams.
Yeah, 7,
well,
8,
it would
9,
be
10.
10. Yeah, 10
So
seed.
the two
Right.
wild cards plus two more.
Oh,
Yes.
gotcha. Okay.
So
So a 10
top
seed
three make it. Yeah.
knocking out.
Well, I mean, sometimes
Yep.
that 10 seed and that 8 seed are
This
separated by
close.
1 point.
Yeah, 2 points. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think it's much worse than losing to the 8 seed. I mean, you're supposed to beat the 8 seed. I mean,
Yeah.
you're supposed to beat the 10 seed. Regardless,
Well,
doesn't
especially
really
this year.
matter
If the East, whoever's number 1 loses to the East 8 seed, you should be relegated to a different league.
right now. Yeah, unless I would
Yes.
say like
Says
there's
the
still
On the
time for
guy.
West
somebody
though.
to go on a
Says the guy
tear.
who lost to the Columbus Blue Jackets as one of the top
Swept.
teams of all time. Yeah.
Swept by the Blue Jackets.
Says this guy.
Yeah, then won 2
Yeah.
cups right after that. You
Yeah.
forgot that part, I
Exactly.
guess.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't pertain to this equation where you said I should be relegated if we lose and we're the
I
number
didn't say
one seed.
did I say
Well,
the
but
Rangers?
we're the ones right there, so it's insinuating
Okay,
that we
that
would be
doesn't
the
mean
ones
you're
to
going to be
get
number
relegated.
1 in the playoffs.
I actually want relegation. Please give me
Or
relegation.
maybe
The
it
worst
was.
two teams in the league go to the AHL, and the AHL best teams come up. I think it'd be hysterical.
It would be funny, but
Jesus. There we
it
go.
could never happen.
No, it wouldn't. But all right. So we were talking about the standings and the whack-a-mole that's happening, and you look at the East, it's awful. The West, on the other hand, clear delineation. You have basically the three top teams, which is Stars, Canucks, Avs. You have Edmonton and Winnipeg, which are very close. But then you got Florida, who looks like
That
they're
might
going
be
to
a
be a
shorty.
nightmare to play.
Florida.
Nashville, sorry. Did I say Florida?
Yeah.
Nashville, sorry. With 90
Although
points.
there's
Vegas Golden Knights at 90.
still time for Nashville to slide a little bit because
Yeah, but
they got annihilated in back-to-back games. So I
they
don't
did.
know. I don't know what exactly is going to happen there, but
But even if they slide, they're 8 points with same amount of games played as the Blues. I think Kings might be the only team they're 5 points ahead, but I'm really thinking the East is kind of like the West is kind of like it was the East last year, where we had those
yeah,
8 teams and it was kind of set
yeah, I believe
a
that. I
lot
think
earlier.
Nashville's
How the frig are they
comfortably
going to call
in,
this a
but
goal?
they could still limp in, and then they wouldn't look as
There's no way.
scary, coming in winning
Yep.
15 straight or whatever the heck it was that not 15
Yeah, that
straight,
was
but unbeaten and whatever. Yeah, that streak that they've had.
craziness. Yeah. And for those that don't know, this is Schwim Cam. This is what happens every time we have a live podcast with Schwim watching his Tampa Bay Lightning. It is funny, and
They're about
it
to have 2
is
goals. Their second goal waved off.
him complaining the entire time about his team who wins all the time, because God forbid we have a down game. Schwim, but this is what you get. So just be ready for it. Anybody that's first time tuning in, it's a sight to behold and something we very much enjoy. And that's why we keep doing live podcasts.
Fly.
Yep,
he talks
does.
about how much routinely talks about how much his team sucks, but then when somebody talks about how much his team sucks, he has to rebut that with the 2 Stanley Cups that they just won.
Yeah. So we do have once again, we're on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, everything we want to say live, and we do have comments coming in, and one's from our illustrious co-host Jonathan Faraday, who is across the pond in jolly old England. He is drinking beers and enjoying the commentary that we have going, and he says they heard the Rangers suck. I guess he doesn't realize that maybe the Devils. Actually, let's. I wanted to talk with him about this, but say the Devils, because they're doing so well in the standings, say they don't make the playoffs. Is this the biggest letdown that we've seen in, I don't know, last 5-10 years of a team that
Oh,
had so much promise in the beginning of the year? Oh, Stanley Cup. They have Stanley Cup aspirations. They should be top two, them and Carolina Hurricanes. Like these are the teams that you gotta, worry about. And then they go and lay a big fat old egg with 76 points in 74 games.
I know
Well,
you
it's
just
Easter.
really wanted to say all that,
Yeah.
but it
Is
depends. I think it all depends on who you ask, because
true.
there's a big chunk of the fan base and Shorts Guy, and I'm sure some of the listeners would attest to that, did believe that exactly. And then there's also the ones who were a little more
Realistic
realistic
ones.
and maybe
Yeah.
think that last year was a little overachievement.
But
And
media did seem to say that they thought,
of
like even the
course,
media members, a lot of people saying that they
media is
thought they
going
would,
to.
and maybe not cup, but they were supposed to be at least a top 4 team, top 2 team in the East or the Eastern Conference, one of the top teams
Yeah,
overall,
2-3.
and they lay a
They were thinking 2-3,
big old
right?
fat egg.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I do think, like I said, I mean I've been on this podcast saying numerous times that I do believe that they overachieved last season. I don't think they're a bad team, and
Yes! Woo!
I don't think that this season
Another shorthanded goal. But
truly
this one counts.
represents how they are, as far as their roster
Yeah.
goes. But they need pieces. They obviously need pieces. They're flawed, and I
Yep.
don't think we really saw the flaws last year, either
The
by
flaw.
just big seasons from players who didn't expect it.
You had a really great
Perhaps,
offense.
yeah, you had a more sound defense. You had two goalies that,
Yeah.
which was strange because both of them were playing well out of their talent
Yeah.
level. So these are like, career years for two goaltenders. Akira Schmid, was the times still, we can still wait and see with him because he's still young. But yeah, everything was basically just going right last year. There was just like, everything was just one solid plane. Everybody was having career years. Everything was gelling and meshing. And you give it an off season, lose a couple players. I don't know how much that had to do with it overall, but like we said, they're a flawed roster, and the fan base knows it's a flawed roster, and now it's just starting to show. There's no one there to
Yeah.
compensate for it, so
The
they're
goaltending.
going to have to, yeah, they're still going to have to attract free agents. That's a big thing. It's something I've been preaching for a long time. Is that the New Jersey Devils have had a hard time attracting free agents over here. You had a couple good, seasons here with getting Dougie Hamilton over here and convincing Timo Meyer to re-sign. Andre Palat coming over from the Tampa.
It was a
So that's a
trade.
good
Yeah.
start. It's a good start. Palat
Yeah.
signed. Palat signed.
Yeah, he
Timo
signed.
Meyer was a trade, but he stayed. So I mean, that's good. And you paid him a boatload of money, so that definitely helped. Dougie Hamilton, I thought, was a great splash because you just don't
That
see
was yeah.
players
And you
of
see
that
how much they miss
caliber.
him.
Yeah. So yeah,
Jesus.
obviously, the offense from the back end, he provides a lot, especially for the power play. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's like I I know that you just wanted to say all of your little spiel before because it just sounds so nice coming out of your mouth, but
It does.
I think the majority didn't expect this, but also didn't expect last season to happen again.
Definitely expected playoffs and for most of them, I thought they all picked better than the Rangers in the regular season, and that's obviously not going to be the case. It just,
Yeah, I think playoffs was an expectation. I agree.
Yeah,
they still can make it. So
no, they can. It's just it's a downer of a
season. Be a great
it's
way to get in.
Well, yeah, and hopefully,
who is standing there doing that? That was Lars Eller.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff people doing nothing right now. This Rangers game is, I feel like Schwim sometimes. Jesus. No.
Now we get
fast.
half of Schwimm's face.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Schwimm's in the side.
Half of me is better.
All right, half of me is better. Yeah. They're just gonna keep taking. This is just craziness. This game over here. All right. couple other things happened this past week. Wanted to kind of touch into. One being the 50 tallies. Well, so 60 tallies for
61
Austin
now.
Matthews, 61 total. Yep. And 50 each for Reinhardt and uh, oh geez, Hyman, Zach Hyman, and how they've kind of blossomed those two players into a really good guys that can. Um, I wrote this for Hyman and Reinhardt, obviously 50 each, but Hyman can play with top end players and he adapts to how those players play. He played with Larkin in college. He played with
He goes
Matthews
to the net.
and Marner.
That's
Yeah,
it.
he does.
There's
Well,
no solving his game. He goes to the net and he
but
scores it in the net. That's all. That's what you need to do is forward, and no one does that in the league anymore.
yeah, no, but I guess that's more to it, right? That not many people, for some reason, can play with stars. Like
Yeah.
sometimes stars can't play with stars. It takes a special breed of player that can adapt his game to play with stars. So Hyman's played with, like I said, Larkin in college, Draisaitl, McDavid, Marner, and Matthews, and it's similar to someone that Steve, all too well, Chris Kunitz, who was able
Hmm.
to adapt his game to play around Sidney Crosby, and he became an all-star and an Olympian and a guy that won
Yep.
cups. And it's those type of players when they can mold themselves around a star level guy. I mean, I'm talking upper echelon. When they can do that and work their games around these players, it's such a big thing. And Yari Curry did with obviously Wayne Gretzky. You have all these guys that were able to adapt around a top end level player. You kind of actually see a little bit of it now with Foligno, and he's more of a vet with Bedard, but Foligno's able to work knowing where Bedard needs him to be in order to make him successful. And those players, it's good to see those guys get their accolades every once in a while, like Hyman getting 50 tallies. I know 44 of them are right at the goal mouth, which, like Steven
Yeah.
said, it's get to the net, you score goals, good things happen.
Yeah. That's
Um,
every superstar covets that. Somebody who
yeah,
just goes to the net. You don't have to. You're not dazzling with passes. You're not sniping from the top of the circles.
Jesus.
You're letting your guy and maybe the other winger do a lot of that, and you're just crashing the net and you're going to the dirty areas and you're just collecting. And you forget one player was Sidney Crosby who also did exactly that very well. Patrick Hornqvist, career
Yeah,
years,
Hornquist.
just because he just went to the net and just scored scrappy,
Yeah,
dirty goals, and that's if you can make a career out of that. I mean, you can be very successful because there, like I said, there's not many like that in the league anymore, and good for Hyman though. I mean, he's
yeah,
50 goals is great for a player like him. He's a guy, not a great skater, not a great shooter, um,
no.
but I mean he can finish. And
Well, his skating is definitely better than I guess it was, right? He was known as like a horrible skater, and that's why when Florida, I think, took him in the draft, people were kind of wondering what was going on. But Schwem, I'm gonna bring your attention to this one.
Hmm.
Tell me what the similarity is between these players: Mike Bossy, Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, Phil Esposito, Brett Hull, Austin Matthews, Pavel Bure, Yari Curry, and Steve Yzerman. What is the similarity between all those players?
I think I know.
Steven could answer if Shroom does not have an answer.
I don't have an answer.
Steven?
They're the only players with multiple 60-goal seasons.
Multiple 60-goal seasons. One guy that I did not name there is the guy he's chasing right now in goals, which would be one Alexander Ovechkin. Only one 60-goal
Mm-hmm.
season. Same with Steven Stamkos. Same with Connor McDavid. Same with
Hmm.
David Pastrnak. But Austin Matthews, 260 tally seasons. He is, he's been fantastic, and he's going to be, it's not maybe it is a question of if, because obviously he's got a young career. Injuries do happen, but it's almost an if, not, or it's more of a when, not if he starts to challenge maybe Ovechkin's possible goal record. Because he's coming up. It's pretty amazing watching this kid, and you think about the Ovechkin slapper, from the dot, which is his
Mm-hmm.
bread and butter on the power play. Well, Matthews is more that quick wrist shot, on the offside, and I don't know. I feel like it's a better. I feel like he's going to get there, and as long as he stays healthy. And he has guys like Marner feeding the puck and some of these other guys. But what are your thoughts on the guys? For 60 for Matthews, obviously, but then Shroom, if you have anything for Hyman Reiner for 50.
Well, Hyman is obviously nobody. I didn't think he would be a 50 goal scorer. I think
No.
none of us thought he'd. I mean, we thought he would do decent with playing with McDavid and Draisaitl and whoever, but 50 goals, that's pretty impressive. I don't know. Can he do it again? I don't know. Reinhardt's always been pretty good. I never saw him as much as a 50 goal scorer. I always thought he was like a really good playmaker guy, and now he's like
Power play specialist.
Yeah, he's like sniping the puck now. But yeah, and Matthews, he'll score 60 multiple again. He'll be 3 or 4 times. He'll have 60 plus.
That's wild.
He's gonna be. He's so freaking good. I'm so glad he's an American.
That would be so crazy, so wild if of course, because there's still a long ways to go. Alex Ovechkin does in fact break Wayne Gretzky's record, only to hold it for
like no time
years.
at all.
Yeah, a couple years. Yeah,
that would
few
suck.
years.
Yeah,
say
can
5
you
to 7 at the
imagine?
max.
But longevity, and that's Ovechkin had that in his favor. I mean, the guy scored at a consistent rate and stayed healthy. So if Matthews can, and he starts producing more 60-goal seasons, I mean, we might have to start, seriously talking about it, or at least a serious discussion.
95 players have scored 50 goals. I guess my question would be,
Jesus.
Hyman's now at 50. You think about the players that have scored 50 that have came nowhere close since. Jonathan Cheechoo is one of the top guys.
Cheechoo
Right?
He was my first.
He's the poster child for that one.
Mhm.
Anyone else you guys could think about where guy got 50 tallies and then kind of just
You never heard from
fell
him again.
off?
Never again.
Yeah.
I don't like Cheechoo. Of course, is the first one to come to mind. I can't
Cheechoo's
think of
like
a guy
the only
who
one I
put
can
in.
think of.
I can't imagine. I can't think of a guy who put in 50 who wasn't like elite his whole career.
I mean, Chris Kreider has 50. He's not elite. He's a very good player.
No, but he scores.
Yeah.
It's not like
Milan
Cheechoo,
Hajduk
I don't even know. Like
scores.
Hajduk was a goal scorer. Yeah.
Yeah. Hakan Lube.
Your favorite player.
Well, wasn't alive
that's a
to.
fantastic
Or maybe I wasn't alive to see him play.
Yeah,
but
who knows? But Bobby Carpenter was there. John Ogrodnik, Gene Provenost, Rick Cohey, Jacques Richard, Wayne Babbage, Ray Shepard, Mike Boulard, Guy Schwannard, and then Gary Lehman. So they did the they ranked the 50 goal scorers, all 95 of them, and they had Gary Lehman as the last at 95. They had Cheechoo at 88.
I'm surprised there wasn't more 50 goal scorers back then when the goalies were. I don't even know what they were, honestly. Barely hockey
so
players.
90. So right now they don't include these seasons from obviously Reinhardt or Hyman. So there's 97 guys total that have reached the 50 goal mark. I'm trying to. I mean, obviously, number one would have to be Gretzky, but you think of Rocker Richard, he may have been 50, soon to be a bunch of times. Ovechkin, Bossy,
There might be some other guys
Brett Hull
this season that are going to reach 50 also. McKinnon's right there.
There could. Actually, I didn't see because what's his name? Point is he on this
Point
list?
only has 40. I mean, he's right. I think he has 40.
No, but he's had a 50 tuck season, right?
Yeah, he's had one. He had one last year.
Oh, so it actually be 98 guys. So this didn't include last year's 50. Okay. Yeah, just a little fun thought experiment. The 50 tally guys. Shrim, what's the score over there?
1-1. Tampa's had 2
1-1.
goals taken off the board, though.
Nice. Rangers ended
nice.
Nathan McKinnon's point in every home game this season. He had 39 games straight with 38 games straight.
Every home game.
Every home game to start the season. Mm-hmm. Craziness. He's a beast.
And then who stopped him? Wasn't it some shit team? Was it like Arizona or something?
Yeah.
Was
That
the
was the
Rangers,
Ranger
you
game
jerk.
where he didn't have it.
Yeah.
He did that
That was
on
close.
purpose. He's trying to just chuck my team this entire time. Talks about us being relegated if we lose to the 8th seed.
Well,
Read this
I
guy.
know a couple people that would agree with me on that.
Oh my god. What did I do to you? All right, Jonathan Quick. Let's get to it. Passes Ryan Miller's record for wins by an American-born goalie. That 2012 playoffs and whole season, really, he was the best goalie in the league, I think. Obviously wins the cup, beats the Devils.
Conn Smythe too, right?
Yeah, Conn Smythe. He's Hall of Famer, right? I think we all kind of agree. Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Do you think he deserves? I think he deserves a statue from the Kings. If you're gonna put, Dustin Brown there,
I don't think they should have Dustin Brown statue.
Well, agreed.
They might knock that one down and put up.
I would think so, right? Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Dustin Brown,
Dustin Brown was
or Quick?
Dustin Brown was a career king, right?
Yeah, but Quick was until.
No, I thought he was.
Was he somewhere prior?
Only on the Kings. I thought he was somewhere else too.
Maybe.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. We'd have to look it up.
I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know what and how much Dustin Brown has contributed to the community there. So that
he's LA King his whole career.
Okay.
That could be a big reason, but yeah, I mean, you're erecting a statue. I mean, it's not even remotely close to the best player to play for your organization, and now you have guys
Gretzky have a
that
statue there?
Kopitar. I mean, would you give it to Gretzky for being there for a handful of years?
Well, no, but I mean, does he? I mean, like, I'm just trying to. What's his name? It was his player. He played with them. LA Kings. Not Guilafleur.
Robitaille.
Well, not Robitaille, but there was
I'm
better
saying
guy.
he should have a statue.
Michel Goulet? No. Best.
Well, they already gave Dustin Brown a statue, so I don't think they should just
Curry
be
was
like
there with him,
erecting
too.
statues for anyone.
Marcel
His number
Dion is the guy I was
probably
thinking
be
of.
retired.
Why
think
do
that
they
should
got to
be a
make
thing.
statues anyway? Can't they just do like a nice little plaque or something?
Yeah, well, that's the whole. I think because they have so many statues of LA Lakers out there. They're like, we do have a hockey team here.
They have like, but football have like the Ring of Honor or something like that, where they don't necessarily.
why don't they do that stuff?
Well, it's the
doesn't
same thing. It's just
constitute
retire
for,
the numbers.
But that's not a number retiring, I don't think, is it?
You don't have to retire his number, but
I think if you're in the Ring of Honor, you have your number retired, don't you? Oh,
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know.
Maybe.
10 greatest LA Kings of all time. This is just done by the hockey writers. So they had Dave Taylor 10, Dustin Brown 9. They had Roger Vachon 8, Rob Blake 7.
Some good seasons in there.
He did. Quick 6, 5 Doughty. I don't like that already. 4 Andre Kopitar, 3 Wayne Gretzky, 2 Luc Robitaille, 1 Marcel Dion. Yeah, he has 12. He played 12 seasons with LA, amassing 1,300 points in 921 games. I mean, he's clearly the best player that they've had.
Who, Dion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcel
Well,
Dion.
yes, I agree with that.
Nevertheless, he had the Triple Crown line where he had 40 goals, 100 points, and then led the league with 137 points in 1979, 1980. Dude is 5'8". Steven can look up to him.
Mm-hmm.
The Kings traded Terry Harper, Dan Maloney, and a second-round pick for Dion. Wow. Good trade.
Oh, my God. His stick absolutely exploded.
People, this is the stuff you get to deal with come playoff time. I'm just letting you guys know now.
I swim one time where I'm wide open and then my stick will explode. And that definitely happened to me.
We didn't talk about it last week, but Chris Simon passing away tragically at age 52. So obviously that was something that people were talking about, chatting about. You had Sean Couturier as healthy scratch for the first time in his career and 2 games in a row actually by Torts. Canada named Rick Nash as the GM for the World Championships and most likely for the upcoming Olympics and
that's interesting.
Subsequent what happens there.
I'm not sure what qualifies him to do that, but cool.
Yeah, I don't know either. Akeem Alou got a tryout with the Sharks minor league team, and he looks like may make NHL team sometime soon. And then Bettman, staying a little patient amid the Arizona arena drama, which is going on over there, which is just crazy. They still have not had
Still?
this, thing kind of settled. Yeah. Did you guys see? I sent you the little Twitter thing. It was, games that Jeff Skinner's played without making a playoffs. Did you see that? The Twitter thing?
No,
And
I
it's
think I missed.
literally
I think
game one. Game one, no. Game two, and it goes all the way to game 1,000. And it says no. The guy wrote down all 1,000 games in numerical order, and it just says no next.
Is he he's the only one left that has never played a playoff game?
Well, there's a lot of players that haven't played a playoff game, but he's the biggest.
Well, I mean
he's
that's that veteran.
the most games.
We got some sort of
Most games
sort of
without a
scrum
playoff
happening here.
Something's going on in here.
That's for Carter Kell too.
Yeah, is it? He's holding on to somebody.
Yeah.
He's getting face washed by whoever that was. I forgot. Oh, that was Wenberg. He was giving the prettiest man in hockey a face wash.
Horrible turnover.
It's a fellow Swede.
Yeah, it's sweet on sweet hate
Sad.
crime. 3-point games since 2020, 2021. So that is what? That's a penalty.
That's also a nice cross check.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I would say, did they give him a penalty?
I don't know. That's a cross check, and that's also uppercuts.
Well, yeah. There should be.
That's
That's Trouba. I didn't realize he was back.
I wonder what
Already-
painting
Already
he'll
he's
make. He'll make next to.
problems.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no calls.
So not a
It's
penalty.
fine.
Okay. On either. Yeah. I mean, put
Don't
Trouba and
call
Ricard in the
anybody.
box.
It's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Or let the kids play.
Yeah. 3-point games since 2020, 2021. Philadelphia has 31 3-point games. So in 4 seasons, right? That's 2020, 21, 22, 22, 23. Yeah. All right. So 4 seasons. Philadelphia has 31 games with 3 points each, or 3 points per game, right? Make sense? You guys?
I have no idea what you're talking about. What do
Yeah,
you
say
mean
that
3
again.
points?
All right. A player's had 3 points in a game 31
player,
times
okay.
since 2020,
Like Philadelphia
2021
had
for
3
Flyers.
points. I'm like, I don't know
Yeah.
what that means.
A player on Philly had 3 points in a game. So they've done it
Okay.
31 times. Canadians done it 46 times. Islanders 46. Kraken 47. Kraken have had 47 games of a player having 3 points or more since they've started.
Really?
Wow, that's pretty good. Ducks 47. Columbus 50. San Jose Sharks 53. Chicago Blackhawks 54. Detroit Red Wings 59. Arizona Coyotes 64. Connor McDavid 64.
Yeah.
More than all those franchises. All right.
Yes. How
Incredible.
pretty cool. It is pretty amazing that this guy is. He's tied in the points race now.
No, he's down by 2 points, I think,
He was ahead for a hot second.
to McKinnon. McKinnon has 127. I think Cooch is 126, and I think McDavid has 125.
Okay.
I think on set was it
So
Saturday?
they're
I
all
think
playing
Saturday
tonight.
he was ahead because of he played in the afternoon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's not unexpected.
Not unexpected,
He might
but
win.
yeah, crazy.
Might win
when
it again.
you hear that.
Yeah, there's it's solid chance too that he does.
He's getting like 3 points every night now. 2 or 3 points every single night.
I know. He's gonna have
I know, I love it.
84
He's helped me.
3-point
It's a lock.
games.
You're putting a bet in there. You're doing a parlay. Pick that one. 2+ points every
Yeah.
night.
I forgot to run this by. It actually goes back to our beer thing. After months of working towards a resolution, Governor Murphy finally signed a bill that allows microbreweries to host more than 25 events per year, host more than 52 private parties per year, work with local vendors, work with local food trucks, and other things. So this was done by Fort Nonsense had a thing out in their barrel room. They've done a lot of stuff, but good for local breweries to really start getting more people in the door and having fun events, because unfortunately New Jersey rules were kind of hindering a lot of local breweries from doing more extravagant things because of worry about getting fines and certain other things. So good
Well, the
job,
thing is, like,
local breweries.
I think there were laws in place that were just basically not being abided by or enforced, really.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know that food on the premises was a big no-no, and
Yeah.
I can tell you,
Oh
I don't
my
even know
God.
how many food trucks I've seen at breweries around New Jersey. It's like any
Oof.
weekend, there's a food truck somewhere at one of the breweries in New Jersey. So obviously, but it's I guess there was a lot that went into it, a lot of legal stuff that no one's interested in. It's just the bill was passed, good for breweries, and
Yep.
that's leave it at that.
Absolutely. All right. A couple little things, and then we're almost out here anyway. But Hartman from the Wild getting a 3-game suspension.
Yeah,
Do you see the stick toss at the official?
I didn't see it. I
And then
just
just
saw the alert
cursing him
I
out.
just
before.
read about it. That he was already gone, and he came back and grabbed the stick and threw
Yeah,
it.
came
out.
back,
I mean,
grabbed a stick, threw it at the officials, and then just started cursing him out like none other. And
Yep.
of course, got a nice hefty 3-game suspension. You had Kalen Gooley got a 1-game suspension. Do you see the slash when he was on the bench? I forgot who it was that he slashed, but the guy was skating along and he just gave him a quick hack from the bench while he was
Really
on
got
the
a
No,
bench.
gamer?
oh, he was on the
Alright.
bench.
Not even a
Oh,
part of play.
I
Yeah,
didn't see that.
not even a part of the play. So you got a game. Strom getting 5K fine for cross check. Fedotov, we didn't talk about the goalie. So the Flyers finally get Russian ex-KHL goalie Ivan Fedotov to come over. He, of course, was the one that kind of went into the gulag. I don't know. I mean, who knows exactly what happened, but didn't. He wanted to come over. He said
He
that
got recruited by the military, didn't he?
well, he was. He's part of the KHL. Once you're that, you're right. Yeah, you're a part of the military, and once you finish your hockey commitments, you can come over. So yeah, they said that he didn't fulfill them, and there was charges put against him, and finally the KHL, I guess, cut his
Yeah, he still had a year on
contract.
his contract. I think
Yeah.
but it.
So the 27-year Fedotov comes over, and it's obviously he's an older guy, 6'8" or 6'7" actually. They've said he was going to be the tallest goalie in history, but he apparently came in short. But guy with some talent. We'll see if this helps the Flyers, especially with Carter Hart and his whole issues and not being there. Harrison having some, not great games recently. But a team that needs goalie help might, get a little bit
They're
here.
losing
So we'll see what
again
happens.
right now.
Yep. It is great to see them losing. I don't know, anything
Fortunately,
else
it's
that
the
makes you more
Islanders
happy.
that are beating them, but
And at 2, you got the Leafs are handed to the Panthers a little bit, 5-1.
Panthers have been
Schwimmer's-
sliding a little bit lately.
Yeah, they're at 99 points. No, they're actually lower than that, right? Oh no, 99 points. Sorry.
They're 2
Jackman.
points behind Boston.
Jacqueline just sent me the picture. I don't know if we can make it out on screen here.
Is that their e-bug?
That's Alex Fernandez
Jesus
Ah.
Christ.
about to poop his pants.
I like it. Red Wings tied 1-1 with the Lightning, obviously. Islanders losing to the Flyers. Islanders beating the Flyers 3-2. Blue Jackets up 3-0 on the Avalanche at 2.
That's crazy.
Later games, you have Oilers, Blues, Kings, Jets, and Kraken, Sharks. Anything you guys want to
Blues gotta
chat
win that
about?
game against the Oil if they want to have any kind of shot.
Yes.
Trying to get in there.
Oh yeah.
That's a tough game, but you never know.
Yep.
One never knows.
Anything you guys want to chat about?
Never know.
Anything that obviously the Frozen Four is going on. A bunch of teams have already lost, including my
Did Michigan
UMass
State
Minutemen.
lose?
Michigan State lost.
Michigan
Yes.
State lost to Michigan, yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Quinnipiac lost. Defending champs are out.
Yep. So far you've had Denver beating UMass in 2 overtimes. That goal sucked because there should have been maybe a little bit goaltending or whatever. Cornell lost 3-1 or beat Maine 3-1. Denver beat Cornell 2-1. So then Denver won the Springfield Regional. You had Boston University beating RIT 6-3. Minnesota beat Omaha 3-2, and then Boston University beat Minnesota 6-3. You had Boston College beating Michigan Tech, then Quinnipiac beating Wisconsin, and then you had Boston College beating Quinnipiac in overtime 5-4. And then lastly, in the Maryland Heights Regional, you had Michigan State beating Western Michigan 5-4 in overtime. You had Michigan beating North
All the
Dakota.
Michigans.
4-3. Yeah, all in the same division. Then you had Michigan beat Michigan State 5-2 in the final. So you have Michigan playing Boston College, and then you have Boston University playing Denver. So that'll be this
That's
weekend
pretty
coming
good.
up. I think it
That's
is.
pretty awesome. Final
Yeah,
four there.
really good
Or Frozen
games.
Four.
I'm just trying to find the dates for the next games. Why am I? It doesn't put those in. It just puts in the other scores. That's great. Thank you, ESPN, for being shitty to hockey.
We have don't forget we had Team Black beating Team White in the Park Regional Alumni game on Saturday.
Yep, good win for myself. Finally, I get that monkey off my back.
I didn't get the win.
You did not get the win. Wait, we were up.
I left 6-1. I left the game 6-1.
Yeah, if they tied
But they
the
only
game,
scored
that's it.
5 at most. They had
And
5.
I get the win.
Right?
No, it was 7. They scored 7. 8-7.
We won. No, we are 2 goals ahead. 2 goals ahead.
Or
So was it
9-7,
9-7 or was it
9-7,
8? Oh, all right. Well, you played really well. Congrats.
Thanks. Congrats to me.
Yeah, congrats to you. All right. I got nothing else. You guys got anything? Listen, there's a lot of fun hockey coming up. Standings obviously are what they are. Well, yeah, it's
nigh.
The
right around the
last
corner.
game of the regular season is what is that? The 15th? No.
Sidney Crosby needs one more point
18th.
to solidify
game.
his 19th straight season
Yeah,
with a point per game
season.
or better.
Yeah, he's lethal, dirty. Next week, maybe we got 2 more weeks before playoffs start. We'll obviously have the show next week, and then we have the show April 15th, which is the Monday before playoffs. We'll probably maybe do a little bit because you're going to have playoffs starting that weekend. We'll give our picks maybe, based off of matchups at the moment, and that Monday we'll see. I also want to kind of go over maybe some MVP guys from each team because, typically we know who the 3 MVPs are, right? The 3 guys that didn't get nominated. But maybe one player from each team, or at least the good teams. We'll leave teams like the Devils out because they stink, on who we thought the MVP for that season should be. So hopefully Short's going to still listen to this fun pod. It's probably, 12 over there? No, it's later than that. It's got to be 2 a.m, right? If it's 9 now, 5 hours or 6 hours?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. Shorts guy drinking some pints in jolly old England. Yeah. Quickly stats.
A nice
I didn't do this.
warm lager.
Yeah. So McKinnon 127, Kucherov 126, and McDavid 125. You Panarin and Pasternak 107 and 102 respectively. Those are your top 5. Rantanen also has 100 points.
100 points.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, right now you have 6, and you could get. Leon Draisaitl's 2 points behind.
Right
Nylander and Matthews are both at 95, so they have 9 games to get 5 points. Miller's at 94. He's got another 8 games.
He could do that.
Reinhart, I don't think he'll hit it. So you could have 10 guys, exactly 10 guys. It'd be pretty cool. Haven't seen that in quite a while.
100-point guys, that'd be pretty cool.
But then defensemen, Quinn Hughes 82. You have Makar 81. You have Roman Josi 76, and we didn't talk about so much about the Norris, but I think it's Roman Josi's to lose. You guys tell me what you think.
Probably not, but I want to say
why?
that.
Because of the points? Is it because of the points?
Yeah. Yes.
So you think it's Quinn Hughes or you think it's Makar?
I think it's probably gonna be Makar because I really think. Yeah. I think Makar's.
He's got 81 points in 69 games.
Yeah,
I can see a lot of people voting Josi though, because he's like the most important player on the team right now.
Exactly, that's what I think so too.
Josi is
by far their best player, and
no joke. And he's done it relatively quietly, also.
Yes. Well, he wasn't great coming out. He wasn't like Josi in the start of the season. I'd say the first 2 months he was. It's been over the last 3 months where he's just went off. That's why I think it's his. But anyways, Bouchard, with 76, you have obviously Hedman 71 and Adam Fox with 65. Guys are, players are defensemen are doing fantastic things in the AHL these days,
Yeah.
and points and
I do think Roman Josi is the best defenseman in the league right now.
Yeah.
This season.
I
So
completely
he
agree.
should by definition win the Norris, but he's not going to.
Yep. Georgiev
They really should make
winning.
another-
What was
Not
that?
just
Shrimp?
like they should make another
Yeah,
award, not
offensive
just have the
defenseman.
Norris, because you give it to the friggin' the
Points guy.
highest
Yeah.
scoring defenseman, but give it to like who's like actually
Do-
the best defenseman that year.
Make the Norris the best defenseman and make the Bobby Orr inaugural trophy the
Something.
best
Offensive
points guy or
defenseman.
offensive defenseman.
Yeah. That's it.
Georgiev leading in wins 37, Demko at 34. But Georgiev getting pulled after getting a 2-minute penalty for unsportsmanlike was very funny.
That was funny.
Right now, I mean, I think we'd pretty much agree. It's Hellebuck's Vezina to lose. He's at .919 save percentage, 243 goals against. He's been otherworldly. I didn't realize that Bobrovsky
be
was
like
at
a
a
unanimous.
2-4. Yeah, he should be. Can you guys guess who has the lead in penalty minutes?
Boy.
Some
Excuse me. I don't know.
Arizona, Liam O'Brien,
No, wouldn't have
153.
guessed that.
Hathaway
guessed that.
second, Gudis third, Brady Kachuk 4, then Tom Wilson 5. And then our always famous plus minus, Gustav Forsling at plus 46, number 1. Who's got the worst plus minus?
Is there somebody lower than minus 40?
Yes.
Well,
Jesus.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
because I know who's minus 40. I just I don't know.
Yeah, we know who
Versus
minus
that.
40 is. It's
San Jose.
Philip Zadina and Philip Kurashev are both minus
Kurashev,
40
yeah.
exactly.
Jesus Christ.
But who has
I have
minus
Kurashev
40?
on my fantasy team.
It's got to be
Minus 42.
minus 40. What? Somebody on San Jose.
San Jose Sharks.
Oof. Who is it?
Rookie.
I don't even know who's on San Jose anymore.
Yeah,
so
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
anymore.
Rookie
Christ.
William Eklund.
Okay.
Minus 42. Connor Bedard minus 39. He's got 57 points. Yuck. Oof. Mike Matheson has 51 points. He's
Stinks.
also minus 28. Yeah, that's bad. Johnny Gaudreau, 55 points, minus 27. Oof. Buzz your girlfriend. Woof. All right. That's all I get.
Shit. That's a great play.
What? All right.
There's an assist
My
on
beer.
that?
3-5. Le Chauffet.
Le
Esteban?
Chauffet.
375. Not bad. Not
Ooh.
as hazy as I anticipated. So.
That's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go
Pina
3-5 also.
Colada. 3-5. Like it.
Yeah, not too bad.
Shroom, take her home. Happy birthday,
I
Alicia.
want to wish- Yeah, I was gonna say happy birthday, Alicia. Happy Easter, everybody. And
Birthday, Alicia.
let's buckle up for these playoffs.
I